Now we get underway with our 4 pre-finals here on day 2. It's up first, it's the pre-final for Minimax and Minimax Rookie. Let's have a look at your starting grid. Jacob Ashcroft starts on pole position, and it's a top 4 lockout for the Brits, with Albert Friend in second, Cole Denham in third, Kai Clark rounding out the top 4. What a performance by Lieke van Berkel as she secures herself the inside of row number 3 alongside Estonia's Nikita Lubimov. It's an all-Belgian row 4 with Lucas Dodder and Alexander van Meeuwen. Finn Albert Jorgensen and Felipe Reyes ran at the top 10. Rory Armstrong, Lars Lambers, Jack Freeman, Thomas Verheyen, Tom Reed, Oliver Warner, Tristan Shays, Frederik Sigurd Stubberup, Vic van Kampenhout and Christian Segersen round out the top 20. Jenthe Moonen and Victor Deutz, row 11. Bran van der Weken and Cees Moyes, row 12. Emilian Bull, Maria Roberto, Jeff Verbeek, João Maria Pereira, Kieran Stewart, Antonius Dactylidis, and Leon Harbos round out the 31-strong grid as Konstantinos Kandelidis is a non-starter. So 13 minutes plus an additional lap of this 1,388 meter clockwise circuit. Jacob Ashcroft has had a 100% success rate this season so far. Will that continue come the end of this afternoon? Well, that's dependent on those around and behind him. The 122 will lead the field and will have close rival Albert Friend alongside him. The tension, the anticipation, the electricity is in the air. Fifteen and a half rows of competitors, 31 Mini-Max and Mini-Rookie drivers are about to go into battle for the penultimate time here at Karting d'Espagne. Through the chicane, over the rise, they split into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? The pre-final is underway, and a good start by Ashcroft. Dunham looking up the inside of Friend, who's kept it pinned round the outside through turn 1. Into turn 2, Albert Friend still kept it round the outside of Cole Denham and retains second position for the moment. Lieke van Berkel sternly defending that fifth position as there's a little bit of coming together between 2 to 3 karts outside of the top 15 through turn 3. They're all making it through turn 5. It's a bit close for comfort. But just look at the train behind Lieke van Berkel. She has got a job on her hands, and an impressively executed performance by the 185 from the Netherlands showcases that she will be one to watch. But she's lost. She's outside of the top 10 now. I think she's just lost out to more than likely Thomas Verheyen, but as they come across the line to complete lap 1, Lieke van Berkel is 11th at this time. Ashcroft has a slender lead of 2/10 ahead of Albert Friend. Cole Denham in 3rd, Kai Clark 4th, Nikita Lubimov, Lucas Dodder, Felipe Reyes, Lars Lambers, Alexander van Meeuwen and Thomas Verheyen rounding out the top 10. There was the 129 of Portugal's João Maria Pereira having to wrestle with the steering wheel coming out of turn number 3. So after the opening lap, all 31 drivers that made it to the start are still circulating, with the top 4 last time across the stripe after lap 1 were covered by just under half a second. Lubimov will start to give chase, as will Stodder. Felipe Reyes is a known quantity in this class. but he's lost out to Lars Lambers. As up the inside of Albert Friend goes Cole Denham, and straight away Albert Friend has got the switchback done and dusted through into turn 2. But as they have started battling, what that has given a little bit more of an advantage in the favour of Jacob Ashcroft as they come through turn 4 into 5. Now over to the far part of the circuit. Cole Denham really pretty much bump drafting on the back of Albert Friend as they come through into the infield here at turn 7 and 8 and 9. Through into turn 10, into the right-hander here at turn 11, which is a deceptive double apex, I might add. Going through turn 12, then it's turns 13 and 14 at the chicane. But Ashcroft's lead was 0.226 seconds. That looks to have expanded, but probably not by much. It's nearly doubled. It's gone up to 0.433. Other drivers trying to make some moves up the order. Rory Armstrong, 10th. Oliver Warner is now up into 12th position. There has been a change because Lucas Stordeur has just lost the position to Lars Lambers. That's for 6th place. As once again they filter their way through turn number 6. And there are several drivers that are now starting to dip underneath the 60-second bracket, one of which is Lars Lambers, who in 7th position has just set a 59.896 second lap time. Nikita Lubimov, 59.976, currently running 5th. And Felipe Perez, 59.990, currently running 8th. Felipe Perez has just improved again with a 59.970 and is within striking distance of Lars Lambers for 6th place. There goes Nikita Lubimov on Kai Clark. That's the change for 4th. So Oliver Warner now makes it up to 11th position. He's just behind Rory Armstrong. And there they are coming through the final right-hander. That's the battle for P10. 8 minutes to go. So 5 minutes completed, 8 to go plus a lap. Albert Friend now demoted to 3rd place, courtesy of Cole Denham, who's now trying to chase down teammates at DHR, Jacob Ashcroft. The gap now nearly half a second. Oliver Warner's now got past Rory Armstrong as the Argenti Motorsport driver in the 172 entry now gets up into P10. And now there's Lubimov. That's up the inside. No, it's not. No, that's Lucas Stordeur, actually. My apologies there. It's Lucas Stordeur getting through on the 167 of Kai Clark. So the driver's really starting to push as we get towards the heart. We're over halfway. We're getting closer to halfway in about 28 seconds. We'll hit the 6.5 minute mark. Now at the moment, looking at who is leading in Mini Rookie at the minute, it's close. Because I'm just noticing that Finn Albert Jorgensen does have the lead in the Mini Rookie class, but is fractionally ahead of Jack Freeman. They were 16th and 17th respectively. There's Alexander Van Meeuwen battling away with Kai Clark. That's for 8th place on the road. Freeman and Jorgensen battling away over 16th, but more importantly, that is the Mini Rookie class lead. Ashcroft's lead now dips to just under 3.5 tenths of a second. Oliver Warner puts in the fastest lap of the race, 59.523, and he is closing on the 127 of Belgium's Alexander Van Meeuwen, running with GKS Lemons Power, who've run the likes of Robin Freins and Jenson Button, just to name a handful of drivers, and also as most recently as the likes of Len Nyes, who's running with Ward Racing in the FIA Karting Championships these days. That also includes Thomas Strauben, who I managed to bump into earlier on this week at Spa-Francorchamps. Nice little move there by the 124. That's Vic van Kampenhout on the Formula K chassis, run by his dad Stephen. There's the cart behind. Justin Chase gets a little bit of a touch from, I think it might have been Bran van der Weken. But Cole Denham has closed that gap. He's closed that gap. He went 0.2 of a second quicker than Jacob Ashcroft. And now through, that's Nikita Lyubimov. Through on Albert Friend, who carries the momentum through turn 3, but loses out again. I think he's lost out to Lars Lambers, but Albert Friend was absolutely resolute in trying to wrestle that position back. Now here comes the cavalry. Felipe Reyes, as there goes Friend up the inside of Lambers to retake the position. There's Lucas Dorder, Kai Clark, Alexander Van Meeuwen, and not too far behind them is Oliver Warner. Finn Albert Jorgensen in the meantime. Lars Lambers has got Felipe Reyes to the outside, to his immediate right. Reyes has to stay behind, but uses a slipstream into turn number 1. Is he going to get through? Yes, he is. And here comes Lucas Dorder for good measure. Through into turn 2. They are nearly interlocking wheels, but Dorder, is he going to prevail? No, he's not. Through into turn 3. Switch back from Dorder. Lars Lambers nearly runs wide. Brilliant exchange there by Lucas Dorder and Lars Lambers. As soon as Felipe Reyes opened the barn doors for Lucas Dorder to get through, that gave the 117 all the opportunity he needed to get through. We've got just over 3 minutes still remaining. And to see an exchange like that, where these drivers have been racing hard for well over 9.5 minutes at full speed, that just goes to show the calm and the poise of these youngsters. Lambers now looking up the inside of Lucas Dorder, nearly touches the sidewall, but does not get through on the 117. But you better keep your eyeballs in the back of your head, boys, because look who's behind you. Oh, there's a tangle between Dorder and Lambers, and that allows Kai Clark to get through. Here goes Alexander Van Meeuwen. Oh, off the track. Big time off the track. That was Oliver Warner. Oliver Warner going through into turn number 4. The Argentine motorsport driver suffers dramas again like he did at Karting Genk earlier on this year. That is not how Oliver Warner would have wanted the pre-final to end. He's a very, very quick driver. He's only been competing for the last couple of seasons, started with Ambition Motorsport last year under the tutelage of Paul James, then moved to Argentine Motorsport and has really found his stride. Started this year in just his second year of competition to come and battle some of the very best that Europe and further afield has to offer. In the meantime, here's the battle for what is P4 on the road. Albert Friend versus Felipe Reyes. And Albert Friend making the rear axle of that that Tony Kart chassis as wide as humanly possible. Felipe Reyes looking for a window of opportunity, but Cole Denham is waiting for the chance to get through on Jacob Ashcroft. Through the chicane come the two leaders, nearly nose to tail, about a kart length between them. 0.116 was the differential. through turn 2. And Nikita Lyubimov has been closing in on them. Cole Denham has set the fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago on lap number 11, a 59.402. Now through turn 4. This is one of the fastest parts of the circuit through 5. Now round to the back of the circuit through turn 6. They are nose to tail. Through into the chicane. Now the left-hander and then the double and another left. Now this is the opportunity that Cole Denham wants to have to be in the slipstream. Leading, catching up to one person or catching up to the people in front is very, very easy. Passing is something completely different. We're going to be on the cusp. Oh, that was close. 3 seconds on the timer, 2 laps to go, so the timer has expired. Cole Denham has 1 2/3 laps remaining to go for the victory. Albert Friend now battling away with Lars Lambers for what is 5th position. And now into turn 5 we go again. Denham putting the pressure onto Ashcroft. And now looks for the move up through turn 6. Was there a little bit of a touch? I think there was. There was a little bit of a touch. I think Cole Denham decided, right, now's my opportunity. A slight touch between the pair. With the tyre barriers obscuring the cameras, the camera lens, his vision, I couldn't really make out of it. But we got 1 more lap to go. You're going to now have to keep your eyes on Nikita Lyubimov. Last lap board in the Mini Max and Mini Rookie pre-final here at Karting d'Espagne. Ashcroft now has a wicked carry of momentum through turn 1. Now, when is he going to go for it? Turn 4 could be tricky at best, but he's got to line it up. Denham's looking over his left shoulder feverishly. Now through 4, into 5. Ashcroft goes to the outside to try and carry the momentum through, and Denham anticipates the manoeuvre. Now this could be a 3-way scrap for the race lead as we head into the final few corners here in Minimax. A little bit of a slight touch between front and rear bumper, but Ashcroft has got to go for it. He's sweeping to the outside, trying to cut through into the apex. He's now latching onto the back bumper of Cole Denham and now trying to defend against Nikita Lyubimov. It's going to be a run to the line here in the pre-final. Who's going to win it? Will Ashcroft? Will Lyubimov? Will it be Denham? Ashcroft to the outside. Checkered flag waves. 56 thousandths of a second. And the victory goes to Cole Denham. Jacob Ashcroft, up until this point in the season, had been incredibly dominant, and Cole Denham managed to find one opportunity, one chance at turn 6 on the penultimate lap of the race. And Ashcroft, you know what, he's still not placed outside of the top 2 all season long, but Cole Denham by 56 thousandths takes the victory ahead of Jacob Ashcroft. Nikita Lyubimov in third, top 3 at the flag after 15 laps of racing. 84 thousandths of a second. That's how close it was. Felipe Perez, Albert Friend, Lars Lambers, Kai Clark, Lucas Dodder, Alexander Van Meeuwen, and Rory Armstrong round out the top 10. Tom Reed, Frederik Sigurd Stubberup, Thomas Verheyen, Lieke van Berkel, and Finn Albert Jorgensen, who looks to have provisionally picked up the mini rookie victory, rounds out the top 15. Vic van Kampenhout, Bran van der Weken, Tristan Shays, Christian Seges, and Jack Freeman, they round out the top 20, completing the finishing order as follows. Will be Victor Reutz, João Maria Pereira, Emilian Bull, Maria Roberto, Cees Moyes, Kieran Stewart, Antonio Stagdalidis, and Leon Harbos. Oliver Warner unfortunately spinning out at turn number 4 on lap number 11. His race was unfortunately ended. Jente Munen and Jeff Verbeek unfortunately retiring on laps 4 and 2, with Konstantinos Kandilidis not taking the start.